Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to Philip Granger for joining us today, one of the stars of the new Hallmark movies and mystery movies, The Cases of Mystery Lane. Thank you so much.
Nice to be here. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Tell us a
Awesome.
bit, what's been the main element in Milton's character and the movie in general that fascinates you the most and drew you to join The Cases of Mystery Lane?
Well, there's a couple of really fantastic things about this project is first, the script was incredible. It's very, very funny. And the two leads, Paul, Paul Campbell and Amy Garcia, have such incredible chemistry. And they are really, really hardworking actors. They care deeply about what they do. And then the director, by the name of Mike Roll, I've known Mike for a very long time. He originally worked on a TV series that I starred in many years ago, and then we hadn't had the opportunity to work together until this project came together, and it was a perfect fit. The character is he's funny. He he teaches how to be a private investigator at a community college. A little bored with his life, so these two make his life very exciting, you know,
Yeah.
because one of them, as you know, the cases of Mystery Lane, they're all uncovering all kinds of murder mystery things. So they kind of need me because I am a retired detective who now teaches private investigating, which is what they do, and all kinds of mayhem happens, and we become very good friends in the movie. So that was the best part is the actors and the script and the director was a perfect fit, you know, and I was grateful to do it. And yeah, that's how that happened.
That's incredible. We're really looking forward to watching the movie.
You will see, you will have fun. I guarantee it. Everybody's going to be smiling through the whole movie. The characters, the lead characters, are so endearing, and I like that they are very humble people, and so that humility comes through in the performances, you know. So yeah, it's quite nice.
And for all the people that are looking forward to watching the cases of Mystery Lane, how would you describe the movie if you had just like three words?
Three words. Um, hmm, Three words would be heartfelt, funny, and um, adventurous.
Very good.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, we know that Hallmark always features some well-shaped characters and relatable storylines for the audience. Uh,
Hmm.
in your opinion, where are you and Milton most similar, and where are you two most different as human beings? Is there any particular feature that you can relate to on a personal level with the character?
Well, Milton was, you know, I have a mustache, right? I'm kind of this worn-out detective in it, and I think I think where we're similar is I care deeply about people, and also I find the funny in things. I find things humorous, you know, and so I think that's where we're similar. Where we're not similar, I don't know. We're pretty close. I mean, the thing is, you know, I guess he's a good person. So we're similar that way. He, I guess we're not similar, as I never used to be a detective, but I played lots of detectives in movies and TV. So yeah.
Sure. And acting wise, on the acting level, what's been for you the biggest challenge you experienced in portraying Milton?
The I had a lot of dialogue, and you know, it was very specifically written, and we shot a great deal of it in a condensed way. So that would have been the most challenging part, just that we were very busy shooting scene after scene after scene in my character, and he was moving from one day to the next, and that was a challenging part. But other than that, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So my part in it is to contribute where I can, bring my imagination where it's necessary, and to make everybody just be prepared, be professional, and have fun doing it. That's really it.
Great. And you already mentioned before something about Milton's character and what can we expect in the movie from him. But what can you tease about his arc throughout the whole movie? What can we expect from Milton and what?
He becomes very good friends with the cases. That's what happens. And he befriends Paul's character in the movie, and I think that's the arc of it. I
Yeah.
become kind of a mentor to them, and that's the thing that happens for him. He finds more life through them because they're doing what he wishes he was still doing.
Yeah.
So it's exciting for Milton to be. I say he just wants to get back into the game of
Yeah.
being a detective again. So he does it vicariously through these great people.
Great. And talking about the environment on set, how would you describe your experience filming the cases of Mystery Lane with both the cast and do you have any anecdotes to share with us from that time?
Anything dramatic? Did you say?
No, I said, how would you describe your experience filming the cases of Mystery Lane with both the cast and the crew? And do you have any fun anecdotes to share with us from that time?
Well, um, it was an incredible experience because I was working with people that I had known from before, and we hadn't seen each other, and it was great to be in their presence again. It was a fantastic character, and meeting Paul and Amy, they're so incredible as people, and they just want to do everything really right. Like they take it very seriously for the audience. They want the audience to have the best time. So they work very, very hard. So we were all extremely ready, and we had fun doing it. And I guess one of the funner moments is my wife's friend is a Hallmark aficionado,
Yeah.
loves Hallmark movies more than anything. She's seen every one of them. So my wife had mentioned to her that I was working with Paul Campbell. She said, "Oh my God!" Right? So I said, "Hey, Paul, would you take a picture with me for my wife's friend?" And he goes, "I'll do better than that. Let's make her a video."
Wow.
So we made a video, and he's like, "Hey, good to see you," and he greeted her by name, and we sent that to her, and that was good for me. The stock went up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a nice thing that Paul had done. So he made a special video for one of his fans, and I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And now a little fun question that we always ask to the people we're interviewing, and considering we're talking about the cases of Mystery Lane, it's on the cases of Mystery Lane universe.
Yeah.
If you could choose any other character from the movie apart from Milton, a character that you would have loved to play if you could, which one would it be and why?
I'm just, to be honest, I love the part I played. There would be no other part. This is the one. I
Okay.
adored this character, and I thought everybody that was cast in this movie was so perfectly cast. Nobody should do those parts. It wouldn't work, right?
That's
So
okay.
honestly, Milton, look at the name, Milton Toblinsky. I
Yeah,
mean, that's fun, right?
absolutely.
Milton Toplinsky. So no, I wouldn't want to play any. I couldn't. After seeing everybody else do it, I'm like, no way. They did. Yeah.
Yeah. And throwing back instead to the origins of your career as an actor, How did your
Yeah.
passion for acting come about in your life?
Well, I lived on in a small town called Maple Bay on Vancouver Island, and a movie called Five Easy Pieces came to our little town and started filming there. And before that, my grandmother used to take me to Panto Theater, like where there were musicals and everyone singing and dancing and doing that. And so I got to experience lots of little theater with my grandmother.
Mhm.
And then this movie came to town. And as a little kid, I could walk around and go, "What are you doing?" "I do the makeup." "Wow, what's that?" "What do you do?" "I do the clothing. I do the wardrobe." "What's that?" "I dress the people." "What's that?" "What do you do?" "I'll make the food." I'm like, "Yeah, food. What kind of food, you know?" And then I walk up to this other guy, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm an actor, kid." I go, "An actor?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Do they pay you for that?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." It was Jack Nicholson.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
And so he goes, "Oh, yeah." And I'm like, "They pay you for acting." And I was just a little kid, and he kindly spoke to me. And so they filmed
Amazing.
there for about a week. I only saw, that only happened once. And then they filmed a scene by our boat, where Jack Nicholson wakes up on the deck and
Yes.
stumbles down the deck. And so that got me interested in acting because I was like, wait, you can make money doing that. And then I studied very hard and did a lot of theater. And then I ended up doing a play called The Old Woman Broods in New York. And then I did another pretty popular play in Los Angeles called Granny's Wish. And I was invited to an Oscar party that Jack Nicholson was at with Michael Douglas and Danny DeVito. And I was like, oh, when I was a little kid,
You had the chance to
I
like
asked you,
meet
and
him again and tell him the story. It's incredible.
yeah, I got to tell them the story. I was at their table. I was at the Bob Rafelson, the director of that movie,
Yeah.
where I was a little kid, was at that party, at that table. It was amazing. So yeah, full circle, and then I've done 150 things. I have a movie called Cosmic Dawn that's out probably in Europe right now. Another one with Richard Harmon. You might know him from the 100. He and
Yeah.
I star in a movie called Woodland. That's just it's a two-parter that he and I star in. Um, I I've done a TV series called Ghost Wars. You've probably seen that over there, and with Simon Barry, and had shot one based on a comic book playing the police captain called Grendel,
Great.
and
That's
they're
incredible. You've
yeah,
you've had
but
such
doing it.
incredible projects.
Thank you.
And among all the projects you guest starred in, some of them we saw that we follow like news or something, like you guest starred on Lucifer, on Once Upon a Time, also When Calls the Heart. Is there any particular one that you would have loved to come back to and to continue with your character story?
Um, Not in those. Let's see. Lucifer was a really funny character because I played, an out of work actor who like talked about his glory days,
Yeah.
and he was a homeless guy. He was pretty funny, but he wouldn't really be a recurring character on that. I did. Um, well, none of those shows. I'd have to look at my resume because I can't remember everything I've done, but I've done a few things. I love acting, so my job is to embody the character, make the director's job easy, be cheerful on the set, run when they call you, be ready to go. That's my thing. Um, so every job you do is the best one, really,
Yeah.
and hopefully this. Okay, that's a good question. Hopefully, Cases of Mr. Lane keeps going, and Milton comes back a bunch.
Yeah, it
That
could be, it could happen. Never say
I
never.
would I would love that more. I would love that. That would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And
Mhm.
our last question, if you had to give some advice to young people who wants to pursue an acting career or a career in entertainment in general, what kind of advice would you give them?
Okay. Funny you should ask that. I am also the senior academic officer and acting department head of a very prestigious acting school in Canada called New Image
Great.
College. So we're a conservatory program. So I believe that it's a craft that you need to work very hard at understanding the craft of acting because you have to remember when someone gets to make a movie, they've invested so much time. Like producers, they get the script, they develop the script, they get the financing, they are able to cast. That could take 2, 3 years to make that happen, right? And then they get to film it, and then they only have so much time during the day to film it, right? They don't have time to waste because if they do, the director doesn't get the shot they wanted, or they have to cut a scene. So you have to take it really, really seriously because it's a profession. You have to understand that it's about the story that you're telling and bringing the truth to the character. That it's not about you as the individual. It's about the everything. Everybody has their job. They're all doing it the best we can, and we're all doing it to make one thing happen, to make the best film possible. So my advice would be stay humble, look at the world from a place of curiosity, realize that everybody in the world has their road that they've traveled, and be empathetic to all. Because to play a character well, you need to understand them, where they're coming from, how they became who they are, and what they're fighting for in their lives. So everybody's doing that. Every character has an insecurity, every character has their beautiful part. So I look at it like an apple, you know?
Yeah,
An apple has its sweet part, has the core,
yeah,
has the worm that goes through it, has the bruise. We're all things as people. So I would say if you wanted to study, train as actor, find an acting play, a school, conservatory, doesn't matter, university. Look into what they've done. Look at how many successful people they have in their um, in their in their alumni,
yeah,
and um, then go and train, right? We train actors in our program for 2 years, and during that time, they do 3 plays, they do 2 films, they're always performing in front of other people because that's how you learn. So on week 7, they're already performing in front of people, and they have to rise to the occasion. And through those experiences, they become stronger inside themselves. They find their true confidence. You can't lie, even though the character might not be telling the truth. You need to be able to find truth in you. So, being an honest person, being benevolent and kind, realize that everybody has their job and that you're just a little part of the clock.
yeah,
So, there's a big clock or a watch, and inside there's the spring and the clock hands and the numbers and the casing. It none of it works without the other pieces. So you're just one of the pieces. So, you got to look at acting that way. And a lot of times actors think they're like, I'm an actor. No, you're just trying to get through your day just like everybody else, right? And
yes,
then and be kind and work hard, work really hard. It's not an easy profession. So if you're thinking about it, realize there's going to be struggles. I worked as a waiter when I was in school, and I climbed underneath the house and leveled the floors, and I did all kinds of terrible jobs, but all the time I was doing it, I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, and then I went and did theater for free, and then I did films for free, and I did anything I could just to be able to do it. And then when I got my first job, I was like, I hope I don't screw up, you know
yeah,
and I just kept working, and it's still working at it. And every part that you do, will have something else that you have to uncover in yourself. You're going to have to discover a new part of yourself. And here's the best thing of all. As an actor,
Yeah.
everything you know in your life, and this should be for everybody, everything you know in your life is valuable. So your pain and the beauty and everything you know is your gift, because it's your experience. And through that experience, you draw some wisdom. And also, if you have to play a particular type of character, maybe they're sad or maybe whatever is happening, you have access to that. So everything you know in your life is a gift. And I think that would be the best advice I could give to anyone wanting to pursue acting. And do some theater and make sure you take it seriously, because it's not easy. And everybody that's making those films, they have a lot invested, right?
Yeah.
And then it makes it easier when you're doing things for others. It's a lot easier to do than when you're doing it for yourself, right?
You're absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Philip. It's been really a pleasure for me to have you here and to chat with you about your work.
Thank you so much.
And
okay.
Let's remind people that The Cases of Mystery Lane premieres on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries next Sunday, March 19.
Sunday night, let's do it.
And we can't wait to see more of Milton and all the other characters in the movie.
Will you send me a note what you think of the film after you watch it? Will you
Yes,
send me a review? Because I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Would you?
Yes.
I'll help you, because now when we know each other, it'd be great to continue.
Yes, no,
Thank you.
I'll do it absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
And good
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the movie.
Your upcoming projects as well.
Well, there's a couple, but I can't talk about them yet. Some things you're allowed to speak of, and then others.
We'll have the chance to discuss them
in the future, for sure. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.